There's a powder that has been cleaning laundry since before your grandparents were born. It costs $5 a box. A single box lasts 3 months. It neutralizes odor, not masks it. It neutralizes it at the molecular level so the smell never comes back when the fabric warms up or gets damp. It strips the invisible residue that premium liquid detergent leaves inside your fabric fibers load after load. It softens hard water so the detergent you already use actually works at full capacity instead of half. It boosts whatever detergent you already own into something that performs the way the advertisement always promised. And it has been registered with the EPA for over 60 years. Not an $18 bottle of premium detergent that leaves a polymer film inside your fibers every wash. Not a $12 bottle of fabric softener that coats your towels with a waxy layer that kills absorbency. Not a $15 tub of scent booster beads that sprays perfume on top of the bacterial metabolic byproducts still embedded in the cloth. Not a $12 bottle of washing machine cleaner, designed to fix a problem the detergent itself created. The global detergent industry generates more than $80 billion a year. Most households under 50 have never once reached for this powder. That is not an accident. That is the result of 60 years of product displacement by an industry that needed the shelf space. The powder is borax, sodium tetraborate, a naturally occurring mineral compound that every hospital, every hotel, and every military laundry operation in the Western world used as standard practice for over 60 years before the detergent industry replaced it with proprietary formulas that could be patented, branded, and sold on a 2-week replenishment cycle. They did not phase it out because it failed. They buried it because it worked too well, lasted too long, and could not be owned. This is the story of Borax, the laundry compound that professionals trusted for a century, and the one $5 box and $80 billion industry praise you never pick up from the bottom shelf. If these stories matter to you, the subscribe button and the bell are the best way to make sure this knowledge survives. Now let me take you back to where this all begins. Not to a cleaning products laboratory, not to a consumer goods marketing department, to a dry lake bed in the Mojave Desert, roughly 200 million years ago. Borax is sodium tetraborate, a naturally occurring mineral compound that forms when boron-rich water evaporates slowly in arid conditions over geological timescales. The largest deposits in the United States sit in the Mojave Desert in a place called Boron, California, where an ancient lake dried out and left its mineral content compressed into a seam of white crystalline ore hundreds of feet thick. Turkey holds the largest deposits on Earth and produces more borax than any other country today. This is not a synthetic compound engineered in a laboratory. It was forming in desert lake beds tens of millions of years before the first human hand touched it. Now here's what happens at the chemical level when borax dissolves in your wash water. And this is the part no detergent marketing campaign has ever bothered to explain clearly. Borax raises the pH of your wash water. It shifts the environment from neutral toward alkaline, typically moving a standard cycle from a pH of around 7 to somewhere between 8 and 9. That shift is not cosmetic. Protein-based stains, blood, sweat, body oil, food residue are far more chemically soluble in alkaline conditions. The alkaline environment breaks the molecular bonds, anchoring those compounds to fabric fibers in a way that neutral pH water cannot. You are not just rinsing the cloth. You are changing the chemistry of the water doing the rinsing. Hard water is the second mechanism. In most of the United States, tap water carries dissolved calcium and magnesium ions at levels high enough to interfere with cleaning. These minerals bind to surfactants, the active cleaning agents in any detergent, before those surfactants can reach the fabric. A significant portion of your detergent's effectiveness gets neutralized before it touches a single fiber. Borax chelates those calcium and magnesium ions, pulling them out of solution. The water becomes functionally softer. Your existing detergent operates at full capacity instead of partial. The same half cup of detergent that was working at reduced efficiency in hard water now works completely. And here's the critical part. Borax does not mask odor, it ends it. Fabric odor comes from two primary sources: bacterial metabolic byproducts left in fiber after a wash cycle, and fatty acid compounds from body oils that have oxidized over time. Both are chemically vulnerable to alkaline hydrolysis. In an alkaline wash environment, these odor-causing molecules are broken apart and converted into water-soluble salts that rinse out with the water. The smell does not return the next time the fabric warms up or gets damp because the compound responsible no longer exists inside the fiber. It does not cover the smell. It eliminates the molecule that produces it. Now here's a specific failure mode that has frustrated millions of households since high-efficiency front-loading machines became standard. Front-loaders use less water by design. Less water means a detergent rinses out less completely. Over months of regular use, polymer compounds from liquid detergent accumulate in the drum, the rubber door gasket, and deep inside fabric fibers. The machine begins to smell. The clothes begin to smell. Running more detergent through it accelerates the problem because you are adding more of the compound causing the contamination. A monthly empty cycle with half a cup of borax dissolved in hot water strips the accumulated residue from the drum and the seals. Adding borax to regular loads begins clearing the polymer buildup from fabric fibers cycle by cycle, restoring absorbency that most people assume is just normal wear. The scope of what this handles reads like a roster of everything people quietly give up on. Sports gear that holds odor through a dozen wash cycles, workwear saturated with grease and embedded grime, towels gone stiff and sour after years of use, cloth diapers and baby linens, stored bedding that has developed a baseline mustiness from sitting folded through 3 seasons, gym bags, mattress protectors, heavily soiled children's clothing, front-loader drums coated in detergent residue. The same box, the same mechanism, every time. Research published in textile chemistry literature confirms each mechanism. Consumer product testing cited in multiple household chemistry reviews documents measurable improvement in fabric odor retention and absorbency following consistent borax use in hard water households. A compound used in institutional laundry operations for over a century does not accumulate that record by accident. If you have made it this far, you already understand more about laundry chemistry than 99% of households and most retail staff selling detergent. Subscribe and share this with someone still buying $15 scent booster beads to mask odor that a $5 mineral eliminates permanently. Now stay with me, because what comes next is the part they really do not want you to hear. The 20 Mule Team brand registered its first borax products in 1891, and for the next 6 decades, adding a scoop to a wash load was as ordinary as adding soap. Hospitals ran it through linen operations. Hotels used it for bulk bedding cycles. The military laundered uniforms with it through 2 world wars. It was not a niche remedy or a trade secret. It was standard industrial practice in every professional laundry operation that needed reliable results at scale. Then between the 1950s and 1970s, the major consumer packaged goods companies consolidated the household laundry category around proprietary all-in-one detergent formulas. The shift was commercially total. Procter & Gamble, Unilever, Colgate-Palmolive, and Henkel each built product lines designed to replace the multi-additive laundry system most households had used for generations. Borax was a standard component of that system. The new all-in-one formulas made it redundant, or at least that was the story that reached consumers. Now here's the question nobody in the industry wants you to ask. Borax has no patent. No company owns the mineral. No brand can charge a premium for sodium tetraborate extracted from a mountain in the Mojave Desert. A proprietary detergent formula in a branded bottle sold on a 2-week replenishment cycle is a business. A $5 box of borax that lasts 3 months of regular use is not. That is not a coincidence. The global laundry products market hit $80 billion in 2024. The average American household spends between $200 and $400 per year on detergent, fabric softener, scent boosters, stain removers, and machine cleaning products. Over 20 years, that adds up to $4,000 to $8,000 on a rotating carousel of branded products that together accomplish what a $5 box of mineral powder and a basic detergent handle more effectively at a fraction of the cost. You cannot patent borax. You cannot create a proprietary version of sodium tetraborate that consumers need to repurchase on a branded schedule. You cannot build an $80 billion industry around a $5 mineral that makes every product in the category work better while eliminating the need for 5 of them entirely. And you cannot charge $18 for a premium detergent when a $5 box of borax makes a $4 detergent outperform it. And here's the part that stays with you. The polymer residue that modern liquid detergents leave behind in fabric fibers and washing machine drums. The residue that reduces absorbency, traps odor, and degrades fabric performance month after month is precisely the problem borax removes. The product category that displaced borax from the household laundry aisle created the exact failure condition that borax solves. The solution was on the shelf the entire time, 3 rows over from the products that created the problem. I need to be honest about one limitation because credibility matters more than hype. Borax performs best at water temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. In cold water cycles, the alkaline mechanism is reduced and hard water chelation is less complete. For households that wash primarily in cold water, the full benefit requires either a hot pre-soak or a dedicated hot maintenance cycle. Cold water reduces the effectiveness, it does not eliminate it. For warm and hot cycles, borax performs without compromise. Borax should not be used on silk or wool. Both are protein-based fibers, and the alkaline environment that makes borax effective on cotton and synthetics degrades the peptide bonds in protein fibers. For those materials, use pH-neutral detergent only. For everything else, borax is safe. One safety note, borax is not food safe and should be kept out of reach of children. In normal laundry use, it rinses out a fabric completely. Skin sensitivity is uncommon but possible. Gloves are reasonable if you have reactive skin. Now here's exactly how to use it and the mistakes that make it fail. Step 1. Buy a box of borax from the laundry aisle of any grocery store. A standard box costs between $4 and $6 and contains enough for approximately 3 months of regular household use. Step 2. For a standard load, add half a cup directly to the drum before loading clothes. Added your regular detergent as a normal. The borax softens the water, boosts the detergent, and provides the alkaline environment that eliminates protein-based stains and odor compounds. Step 3. For heavily soiled items, workwear, sports gears, gym bags, use a full cup. Step 4. For persistent embedded odor that has survived multiple wash cycles, dissolve borax in hot water first. Soak the items for 30 minutes, then run a standard hot cycle. The extended alkaline exposure breaks down the bacterial metabolic byproducts and oxidized fatty acids that are responsible for the smell. One treatment typically eliminates odor that dozens of detergent-only washes could not touch. Step 5. For front loader maintenance, run an empty hot cycle with half a cup of borax once a month. It clears the drum, the door gasket, and the internal hose lines of accumulated polymer. The persistent baseline smell that front loader owners learn to manage stops being a feature of the machine. Step 6. For towels that have gone stiff and lost absorbency, wash them in a hot cycle with 1 cup of borax and nothing else. No detergent, no fabric softener. The borax strips the waxy coating that fabric softener deposits on cotton fibers and restores the original absorbency. Most households that try this on old towels report the difference is immediate and dramatic. Total cost per load, approximately 8 cents in borax plus whatever you already spend on detergent. Compare that to $18 for a premium all-in-one detergent that leaves polymer residue in your fibers, $12 for a fabric softener that reduces absorbency, and $15 for a scent booster that masks odor the detergent created. A mother of 3 in suburban Minneapolis documented her switch from premium liquid detergent to basic powder detergent plus borax in 2022. She had been spending approximately $380 per year across detergent, fabric softener, scent boosters, and quarterly machine cleaning products. After switching, her annual laundry costs dropped to under $80. The persistent mildew smell in her front-loading machine disappeared after the second monthly Borg maintenance cycle. Her children's sports uniforms stopped holding odor for the first time in years. And the family towels regained absorbency she had assumed was permanently lost to age and use. Her husband, who had been skeptical of the switch, reported that his work shirts came out cleaner in hard water with basic detergent plus borax than they had with the premium brand they had been buying for 6 years. The chemical treadmill is the product. You buy a detergent that leaves residue. You buy a fabric softener that reduces absorbency. You buy a scent booster to cover the odor the residue traps. You buy a machine cleaner to fix the contamination the detergent caused. Each product partially creates the problem that the next product on the shelf claims to solve. A circular dependency that generates 5 separate revenue streams from a single wash load. Borax sits outside that cycle entirely. It costs $5. It lasts 3 months. It eliminates the conditions that every other product in the category is designed to manage without solving. 200 million years of geology left a white crystalline mineral in a dry Mojave lakebed. For a century, it was the standard way that households, hospitals, and institutional laundries got fabric clean. Then a more profitable story replaced it, and most people stopped reaching for it without ever knowing why. The chemistry inside that $18 bottle of premium detergent leaves a polymer film on your fabric that traps odor, reduces absorbency, and coats your machine drum with residue that breeds the mildew smell. You then buy a separate product to treat. The chemistry inside a $5 box of Borax has been keeping hospital linens sterile, military uniforms clean in hard field water, and hotel bedding odor-free for over a century. One requires a marketing department, a fragrance laboratory, and a 2-week replenishment cycle. The other requires a measuring cup and a yellow box from the bottom shelf. $80 billion in annual detergent revenue depends on you never adding half a cup of Borax to your wash. $18 premium detergents depend on you believing that clean laundry requires proprietary chemistry with a fragrance laboratory behind it. And $12 fabric softeners depend on you never learning that the product reducing your towel absorbency is creating the problem the next product on the shelf claims to solve. This knowledge did not disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared from the consumer awareness because it worked too well, lasted too long, and cost too little for anyone to build a branded product line around it. Alkaline chemistry does not care about 2-week replenishment cycles. Sodium tetraborate does not negotiate with fragrance additives. And a mineral that formed in a Mojave lake bed 200 million years ago has never charged a licensing fee. If this video changed how you think about the detergent in your laundry room, the mildew smell in your front loader, or the $5 box of Borax sitting on the bottom shelf of the laundry aisle, then subscribe and share it now. Every single share puts this knowledge in front of someone the detergent industry assumed that would never read past the fragrance claim on the front of the bottle. And every subscription keeps this channel digging deeper into the secrets they thought were sealed forever.